Desktop 9 times. Mobile 650.
We are live. We are live. We are successful live on all different platforms. It looks like. Looks like we are on Keto Every Day on Facebook. We are on Danielle Yanez's Facebook. We are on Vaughn Hendricks' Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are all over the place. But really, guys, hey, Google, turn the volume down to 2, please. So Facebook doesn't kick me off. For some background noise. So, really, guys, just want to come to you tonight with some words of encouragement. And you guys see on Facebook and all the other avenues, we are on TikTok Live too. So thank you guys for joining. Guys, as you come in, please drop where you're coming in from, because I really love to see that. I love to see the reach that we have. Whatever platform that you're coming in on tonight, drop where you're coming in from. And if you have any questions, really, what I want to come on here tonight to do is just pour some positivity into each and every one of you. You deserve to be successful and happy, right? And the question you need to ask yourself is, do you believe that, right? Everything starts with your belief system. So that's the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you believe that? Because you do deserve to be successful and happy. God wants you to thrive, not just survive, right? That's the key here. He wants you to thrive, not just survive. So as you guys come on, please drop where you're coming in from. That would be absolutely amazing. And we can talk anything you want to do tonight. If you guys have some keto questions, obviously, if you've been drawn in here through TikTok, you see Keto Jesus. You might be wondering, what is this Keto Jesus thing? Who is this Keto Jesus guy? Well, you're seeing it, you're living it, you're on it. So ask whatever questions. I'm an open book to give you a little bit of background of who I am. Keto coach and just really a global entrepreneur. We have a global business right now, coaching people around the world. We're open with our product in 37 different countries. And we have a lot of people not only utilizing the ketogenic diet, but we also have the pure therapeutic exogenous ketones that you might see behind me there. And it's just been an amazing journey for the last 4 years. And I love that Danielle Yanez just cranks up the music over there, the TikToks.
To connect to your live.
So, help me build this up, guys, as far as the live on TikTok, as you guys are coming on. But again, let me give you a little background about myself. Started this journey about 4 years ago. Prior to the journey 4 years ago, I owned my own pool service, my own company. Was doing, good with that. Everything was going great, owning my own business. But I just felt like I needed more. There was more to give. I don't know if you guys have felt that way. And maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you're perfectly good where you're at. That's just a question you need to ask yourself. And you should always be questioning yourselves, right? You should always be, wondering, is there more? Do I have more? If you're questioning yourself in that manner, there's more. I can promise you that. It's just, you always want to reach for more. You always want to reach to be better. But if you're always waking up each and every day questioning yourself and saying, man, is there more? Could I be doing more? Could I be giving more? The answer is probably yes, if you're questioning yourself in that manner. And the one thing I want to encourage you to do is I really want you to, find that sweet spot. Hey, LaChili, how you doing? Colorado Springs. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you're joining on TikTok, if you're joining on any of the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're at, please drop in where you're coming in from. Super important for me, super important for us to see where everybody's at and just kind of banter back and forth and get a conversation going here. But to digress back a little bit, again, I had my own pool business, found this ketones, the exogenous ketones. That's how I found the ketogenic lifestyle. It was brought to me in a gym setting. I said no to it for about 10 days. Finally, I was like, all right, let me check this out, because the guy just kept bugging me. And thank goodness that he did, right? Because we wouldn't all be sitting here today, going through the process and being able to change people's lives on a daily basis. And you hear me say it all the time. You already know, do better, be better, and feel better every day, because that's what we like to do around here. We like to help people do exactly that. But listen, guys, for you guys that see me out there doing this all the time and here on TikTok, it's to point at you, because you already know. You already know you're amazing. You already know, you are the child of God that you're supposed to be. It's just sometimes, do we believe that? Sometimes we just don't have the self-belief to really, measure up and have enough self-gumption, if you will, to have confidence in ourselves, right? So, I titled this over here on the different platforms. You deserve to be successful and happy because you do. You deserve it. God wants you to thrive, not just survive. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you believe that? Like, do you believe I deserve that? Because that's the biggest thing here. Like, in order to, accept that, and in order to, hey, Lola, how you doing? In order to accept the gifts that are coming to you, you have to believe that you're worthy of those gifts, right? You have to believe. And that was something I had a roadblock with for a very long time. I always say, and you guys hear me talk about, it's not about money, right? Because it's truthfully not about money. It's about serving from the heart, leading, with passion, being authentic, sharing from the heart. But truthfully, like, the more we can do, the more we can help others, the more we're going to get things in return. And ultimately, money comes behind that. Then the more we can share, right? The more we can help others. So I want you guys to understand that, but you need to be able to accept the gifts. A lot of times I was blocking the gifts. Like, I wasn't allowing those gifts to come with me. Some people are, wondering, why am I stuck where I'm at? Why am I not getting any further, right? Like, why can I not progress in my business? Why am I, stuck where I'm at the job that I'm at? Because you don't believe that you deserve more. Think about that. You don't believe that you deserve more. Therefore, you're not going to receive more. Even though there's more out there, and you think that you're striving for that, and you think that, hey, that's something that, I want, and I want to get there, but you just don't believe you deserve it, right? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Keto Cravings. Again, I want you guys to please drop in where you're coming in from. That's super important. Let me know where you're dialing in from, where you're tuning in from. Also, drop any questions you have down below. I just like to get ripping, like to get going and add some positivity to the world, because, the more we can unite together and the more we can bring positivity to the world, the more we can make positivity louder, the more we can inspire others to do better, be better, and feel better every day, the more we can start to change things in the world. But I can't do it alone, right? It's that ripple effect we create that helps others each and every day. And it's not something that you can inspire somebody one day, motivate somebody this morning and think that it's going to carry on day after day after day. It's the things that we have to share out. It's the things that we put into our mind. It's the things that we believe. It's the gratitude that we wake up with every morning. It's how we see ourselves in the mirror each and every morning. It's the I am affirmations and statements that you utilize, right? So I really want you guys to understand that's very important. How do you talk to yourself? Your self-talk is one of the most important things that you're going to start with and end with each and every day. Okay. What comes in between is the energy that you're going to give. We don't talk to ourselves all day long, but if you leave your house and first thing in the morning is you self-talk and say, I'm amazing. I'm a child of God. I am worthy of everything that I'm going to get today. I am worthy of it. I am going to receive it, right? Instead of blocking it out. Like I said, a lot of you guys aren't understanding why you're not getting successful. Why you're not doing better where you're at in business and in life. And truthfully, it's because you don't feel worthy enough to receive those things. I know it because I lived it, and a lot of this comes from, the way we were raised. I go back to our foundations all the time, right? Like our childhoods, a lot of those times, if you think about why you're blocking things out, I was told my whole life I wasn't good enough. Right? Like, you're not good enough. You don't amount to nothing. You're not going to do anything, right? Like, you're a high school dropout. You're not going to do anything in life, right? Those things are beat into our mind and it becomes our foundation, right? And I want to encourage you guys, you have the power to switch that. It doesn't matter what somebody's told you in your past. Really, you have to overcome to become. You have to overcome your past. You got to fix those cracks in the foundation to really drive forward to become something else, right? So Guys, as you come on here, please, if you have any questions whatsoever on ketones, ketosis, if you have questions about the product that we utilize, drop those in the comments down below. If you have anything, drop it down below. Like if something that I'm saying is resonating with you right now, like if you're like, that's me, like, yeah, I block out a lot of things in life. We don't realize we do it all the time, but if you sit and think about it, sometimes we just understand or we feel like we're not worthy enough. That's the belief system that we have. Like, I'm not worthy enough to be a multimillionaire because you were told as a child and growing up that you'll never amount to anything. If you guys were told that, please drop some hands, do something, give me some love, give me something, right? Because the fact of the matter is, I know I was not the only one that was told I'll never amount to anything. I know I was not the only one that lived this lifestyle. I know I was not the only one that received the mental abuse, if you will, growing up as a kid, like being told those things, right? So if you're out there and you feel the same exact way that I do, please like drop something down below and let me know. And truthfully, to drop something down below is kind of helping you identify it, right? Like sometimes we need to identify these things in order to move past these things. If we don't identify with these things, a lot of times we bury things and we like to forget those things happen, right? We like to forget that I was told that I was never going to be good enough. I was told that I would never amount to anything. So we like to kind of bury those things down and away, right? Hey, brother, thanks for the advice. Yeah, absolutely, man. Guys, listen, I'm just here, and I want you to guys understand something. When I'm speaking, I'm not preaching at you. I'm preaching into a mirror. I'm talking into a mirror because these are the things that I work through each and every day. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being present. I want to thank you because your presence matters, because you allow me to pour into you guys. And me pouring into you is working on myself, right? So I just want you to understand that. And I come on here and I try to get on here as often as possible. I need to get on here more because I need that much more work. So the more I get on here and the more that I get to speak into you and the more that I get to tell my story and my journey, then what that means is the better I'll become, right? So the more you guys share this out, the more you come on, the more you tap the screen on TikTok, the more it gets to the For You page. Somebody needs to hear what we're talking about tonight. There's so many people out there right now that are going through these situations, right? But they just don't realize why they're going through those situations. They just need something to resonate and go, man, you know what he's saying is true. I was told I wasn't good enough as a kid, right? Because sometimes we don't like to believe that. Sometimes we, like I said, we bury those things. But just because you buried it doesn't mean it's not in the filing cabinet way back here. Doesn't mean that it doesn't creep up, right? So the minute you start to become successful, the minute you start to go somewhere in life, the minute all of a sudden you're raising your game and you're getting to another level, you wonder, why is there something pulling me back? Why did I just go down 3 notches? I took 1 step forward and 3 steps back. Why did that happen? Because something is chasing you down from your past. Something is there that is coming to get you that you don't even realize. It's called the blind spot. Like, I think it's the computer in front of me. The reason that I can't get around this thing and be successful tomorrow because I got a block here. That's not what's blocking me. My blind spot back here is blocking me. All the negativity that was fed into me as a little child, and as an adolescent, it comes back. So I also want you guys as parents out there, to raise your game, raise your level, raise your bar. How are you speaking to your children? How are you speaking to others while your children are watching you? They are little sponges. They are absorbing each and everything that you're saying. So whatever it is you're saying, you think that little Johnny or Timmy or Samantha over there is not taking it in. I promise you they are. You're not even recognizing that they're in the room at the moment in time when you're having a conversation with somebody else, whoever it may be, your wife, your husband, whoever it may be. And you may be throwing some banter back and forth that's affecting them. And you may not realize that it's going to affect them 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10 years down the road, right? So let's raise our game as adults. Let's raise our game as children of God. Let's raise our game as the leaders in our family and watch what we say and how we say things to people, right? Please, guys, if you drop any questions down below, I got the amazing Danielle Yanas over here helping me, kind of go through the questions on TikTok. If you guys have any questions or comments over here, on StreamYard is what I'm utilizing to stream out to different platforms. Please drop those questions down below. I want to answer anything, and please give me some comments. If this resonates with you, if you're somebody that feels that way and you may not even realize these are the things that are holding you back in life until you just jumped on this live and you don't even know why you're here, but you're here because God put you here because you needed to hear something tonight, right? So that's what it was on my heart. When I come on here, I'll be completely honest with you. I kind of, I'll open the word and I just kind of go into it a little bit and I read it a little and I have some notes here that I've taken through some Bible studies and I don't really know what I'm going to say. All I know is I read and I accept some things. I listen and then I come on and the things come out because the people that are on at this exact moment in time are the ones that might need to hear that. And you guys are the ones that are pulling things out of me, right? So that's why I ask you guys, and nothing's off limits here. Like I said, I know TikTok's had a lot of questions lately on ketones, ketosis. You've been seeing me do a lot of videos, great snacks, things like that. Please drop questions down below. But I just felt it on my heart a little bit to come in here today because I did a podcast the other day and we talked a little bit about my past and it brought some things up, right? Sometimes we need to talk about those things. Sometimes we need to question our past, the things that have been done to us or that we've done in the past, right? And sometimes that means forgiving others. That means like allowing us to understand the things that have happened to us in the past, but also releasing those things. Right. Also being able to say, hey, you know what? I was treated this way by this person in my past. And as horrible as it was going through those things, I'm going to release that person. I'm going to release that person and I'm going to forgive them 100%. And I'm going to open my heart and I'm going to pray for them because the fact is we don't know what that person has gone through. OK, so there's an amazing guy. His name is Sean, and he's got a foundation. It's called AMRAC, and it's against anti-bullying, right? So we talk about this, and bullying doesn't only happen on the playground. It doesn't only happen in schools. Bullying happens all the way up in business. Bullying happens all the way as we grow up. As adults, we continue to get bullied sometimes, right? And the thing about that is sometimes the bullies, we think about them in a different light, but the reality is those bullies had something happen to them. So that's why I say sometimes we have to forgive those people. We don't know what those people went through. The ones that are doing these things, the ones that are coming out and, putting something on somebody else, there's a reason because they may have went through something. That doesn't dismiss their actions, right? It does not dismiss their actions at all. That just means we need to pray for those people more because they need to understand what they went through to release their past, right? So in order to move forward, we really have to release our pasts. And I keep going back to the foundations. If you think of any strong building, if you think of the buildings and the building codes around here in Florida, they're built on a strong foundation because of hurricanes. And there's other things that tie into it, pillars, the walls and things of that nature. But the foundation is where everything starts at. And I want to ask you, what's your foundation look like? I want you to ask yourself, what's my foundation look like? Sometimes we forget what our foundations look like. Sometimes we forget how we were brought up. Sometimes we forget the people that did us wrong, but you really didn't forget it. You just buried it. It's still there. That's called holding a grudge. Okay. Holding a grudge. You may not even realize you're holding a grudge against certain people in your life, but those grudges are what's stopping you from being successful. Those grudges are what's stopping you from moving forward. Because you have to forgive you don't have to forget because it's always going to be there, but you have to forgive to let it go. You have to let go of things. You have to, overcome to become the people that you're looking to be. And then I want to stress too, like your foundation was built, you're filling it in, you're fixing the cracks, right? Now it's time to move forward. Well, where are you going? What pillars are you building around you? What's the team look like around you? What's the people you're surrounding yourself look like? Are they successful? Are they going somewhere? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they people that, are not going many places in life? Are they just the people that may be holding you back? Like, if you also wonder why you're not moving forward in life and you're not really, getting to what you think you deserve or where you should be, right? Because a lot of times you don't think you deserve it. That's why you're not getting there, number one. But number two, also, if you're like, man, I know I really deserve more. I think I can receive this. The next check you need to do is check your surroundings. Check out the people that you're hanging with each and every day. Check out those people and make sure and question yourself, man, are they lifting me up or are they dragging me down? Are they the fountains in my life? Are they pouring life into me or are they sucking life out of me? I want to ask you a question. How many of you guys ever get a phone call and you look at the number and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to Tommy today. Jeez, he just always drags me down. Tommy. I'm just using any name, right? Like, geez, he's dragging me down. Every time he gets on the phone, he's just negative. Hey, how you doing? Well, I don't know. I got this going on. How many people do you have in your life like that? How many numbers do you look at and go, man, I don't know. You answer it because you think it's the right thing to do. I'm going to tell you to hit, end. Don't answer it. Sometimes we have to cut some of those people off in order for us to move forward. That doesn't mean you'll cut them off forever. That just means right now at this particular time for you to go somewhere in life, for you to do better and be better, that you need to maybe like put them on the back burner a little bit, right? And you can be honest to those people. And your honesty hopefully might change their perception on life. Be like, hey, you know what, Tommy, Timmy, Smith, whatever, whoever it is you're talking to, like, dude, every time I talk to you, you're just full of negativity. You just constantly bringing me down. And to be completely honest with you, I'm moving forward. I got nothing but positivity in my life, and I got no room for negativity. I love to speak to you, but next time you call me, like, think about your verbiage and what you're going to say before you call me. That may be the phone call they need. Like, they might need that honesty to understand, like, wow, I am pretty negative all the time. A lot of negative people don't realize they're negative all the time. It's just their routine. It's their habits, right? Like I say, there's certain people in life that are not happy unless they've brought somebody else down that day, right? Like, like a house crumbling. If they're crumbling, they want you there with them. Misery loves company, right? That's what they say all the time. Like, hey, I'm miserable. I need company around me. I need you to be miserable because I'm miserable. Well, let's spin it and let's lift them up a little bit. Add some positivity into their lives, right? Like, speak into them a little bit. Give them something that they may need. So hopefully the ones on here that need to be hearing something that I'm saying right now, for my Facebook friends and my YouTube, I titled this, You Deserve to Be Successful and Happy, because you do. Like I said before, God wants you to thrive, not just survive. You deserve to be successful and happy. The question is that you need to ask yourself is, do I believe that? Do I believe that? And then, move forward from there. But again, sometimes the roadblocks are the ones we don't see. It's the things that have affected us at a very young age that sometimes consciously we don't even remember, but subconsciously it's back there. Something may happen to you when you're 2 or 3 years old. Consciously, you don't remember it. But subconsciously, it's in that filing cabinet back there. It's there somewhere, and it's creeping up, and it's grabbing a hold of you, and it's bringing you down. So, let me know what you guys have. Let me know if you're jumping on, if you're just jumping on, where you're coming in from. Lola, thank you if you're still on. Coming in from California. We got people from Colorado Springs. We got people all over the globe, and that's really why I like to identify where everybody's coming in from, because it's not only from myself, right? It's to show everybody else that there's people out there around the world that need more, that need to do better, be better, and feel better every day, and they're looking for something. A lot of you guys do a scroll, right? We're scrolling through TikTok, we're scrolling through Facebook, we're scrolling through certain things. And the one thing I want to ask you is, when you're scrolling through that, what is it that you're necessarily looking for? Do you know? I know Facebook knows. I know Instagram knows. I know TikTok knows. They know what you're looking for because they're programming your mind. They're programming you on your algorithm. They're programming on you things that you stop on, the things you look at. So the more negative things that you stop on.
Get 0 views.
What?
I'm just kidding. I said we're going to get 0 views. They're going to censor us.
Yeah. They just shut us down. Facebook shut us down. TikTok shut us down. No, but honestly, like they're programming you. So the more, if you're watching negative things, I can promise you this, you're going to see more negative things on your news feed, right? That's just how it is. So I would start, each and every morning, be intentional on finding something positive on your new feeds. Be the tool of the tool. Don't be the tool of the tool. Use the tool. Like all this stuff I have here in front of me, I've got, computers, phones, like these are tools. But the problem that's happening in the world around us right now is we're becoming the tool of the tool. They're using us. We're no longer using the tool. The algorithms are using us to give you what they think that you want, right? So if it's negativity that you're seeing each and every day, if you're stopping on a news feed all the time and you're watching all this negative stuff, I promise you tomorrow morning when you wake up, you're going to find negativity all over your scroll, So be careful what you're putting in, because the world around us is giving us more of number one, what they think that you want, and then number two, what they know is going to sell, right? What they know is going to embed into your brain. No matter what you believe on what's going on in the world today around us, we're being programmed. Like we are being programmed each and every day, no matter if you believe it or not. You can call it conspiracy theories. You can call it whatever you want. The fact of the matter is we're being programmed. We just went and took a corona test today, COVID-19 test, coronavirus, whatever you want to say. And when I pulled up there, I'm like, man, they're herding cattle through this place, right? Daniela hasn't been feeling good the last few days, 4 or 5 days. She took a test where you do a saliva test, came back negative. But work wants her to get a little bit more granular and get another test done, right? Because she's a dental hygienist, right? The right thing to do is to make sure she's okay before she goes back to work. So we went there, and I'm seeing everybody going through these lines, and 90% of the people don't look sick to me, right? Everybody looks pretty good, but yet there's a line of 200 people here getting tested. And I'm thinking, man, we've been programmed that this is what we have to do, and whether you believe in the testing or whatever it is, I don't know. I don't care. That's not the point here. The point is we're being programmed. We're being programmed. We're being programmed to think certain ways. Unless you can kind of like put the brakes on and realize that. The only way you can change it first and foremost, and it's not going to be easy, is to realize that we're being programmed. A lot of you may be coming across my feed right now through TikTok because you might have even said the word keto at one point to a friend or whatever, right? And they're starting to kick the algorithm around, knowing what you're trying to look for. So Keto Jesus comes up, boom. All right, I'm going to put them on there and check it out. Well, hopefully I'm one of the positive ones, and hopefully this gives you more positivity in your news feed, and you can continue to get positivity into your life. That's what we need to do here, is make positivity louder, right? We need to spread the positivity. So I want you guys to start getting on your news feeds. I want you guys, before you open it up, before you open up TikTok and you start scrolling, what am I looking for? What is it that I want to see today? And go up and search it. Like if you want to see positivity, search it in there. Positivity. There's going to be positive things that come up. If you look at your For You page and you start scrolling through it, you're going to see and notice that it's the things you've already been looking at in the past, right? So go on and crush the algorithm by telling it something different than what you've been seeing already. That's reprogramming your mind, actually yourself, to be able to shift it, right? A lot of us are stuck with just going like this. And it's sad, really. It's part of the culture of where we're at today. And I say these are amazing tools around us. This is an amazing platform. I'm reaching, thousands of people around the world right now. But in my eyes, I'm using it for good. I'm using it, hopefully, to inspire others to do the same thing, to get out there and share their journey and their story. That doesn't mean come on and be negative about everything. And I don't want you guys to share your story of heartache that you're going through right now. And the reason I say that is because sometimes we go, poor me, pity me, right? Like I come on here and maybe I just lost my job or whatever the scenario is. I come on here, oh my gosh, I need you guys to help me. I lost my job and I got no money. I can't feed my kids, like all these things. Like this outlet is not really the right spot for that, right? Like the fact is, like, go through your process. Figure out your process. God's got you 100%. He already knows what's going to happen to you tomorrow, right? So it can't be so bad that God doesn't know your outcome and he's going to take you down one of the worst roads ever. It might be a bad road. It's a matter of how long it's going to be that way. Because what are you going to do? Are you going to follow his lead, or are you going to go a different way? Are you going to go towards the flesh? Are you going to go towards the social media and cry out to them? You might get short help through that, right? But long-term help is not going to come from there. The long-term help is going to come from your belief system. The long-term help is going to come from what you believe, right? So I say that because whatever you're going through today, you might work through it in 6 months, and you might be in a totally different position. I always say it like this. Right now, you have a wound that's festering. Like, you don't want to come on here and talk about what's festering. You want to talk about your scars. You want to talk about where you've been. You want to talk about the things that you've been able to conquer, the things you've been able to overcome to become, right? Because somebody needs to hear how you got through those tough battles to become what you're going for today, to become who you are today and where you're going tomorrow, right? So sometimes we need to be able to identify, number one, what we're going through at the moment that we're going through it. And sometimes that's not always easy. Sometimes we always had to go, God, if you're real and you're listening, why you got me in these tough times right now? And, if you just help me out, I promise not to do the bad thing I did yesterday. And That's not what it's about, right? Like, it's really about, praying in the good times, giving thanks for what you have today. Not, I'm sad because I don't have this. I am thankful because I got shoes on my feet. I am thankful because I got a shirt to wear. I am thankful because I'm sitting in AC right now. Do you know how many people around the world don't even have a roof over their head tonight? Do you know how many people in third world countries don't even have somewhere to go to? I mean, we have it right here. Homelessness is on a whole nother level right here in America. Think around the world. Think globally what's happening, right? Like, we cry because, oh my gosh, COVID hit and the toilet paper's off the shelves. You'll live without toilet paper. Why do people's mindset go that way? I promise you, we got running water. That's all we need. Like, you have running water. You know how many people around the world don't have running water, fresh water? Like, we're hoarding toilet paper. Why? It's programmed in us. How many times you go to a grocery store and go, you know what? I got, 3 things of toilet paper at home, but whoa, the shelves are getting low. I better grab 3 more. Why? Like, you'll be okay. If toilet paper runs out tomorrow, I promise you'll be okay. You'll figure it out. Most of us will figure it out. So I want you guys to understand, be grateful for what you have, and don't be, ungrateful for the things that you don't have. Like, oh, I can't believe I don't have this. Oh my gosh, I lost that, or I don't have this. Like, you may have needed to lose it. You may have needed to get rid of it. You may have needed to get rid of certain things in your life, right? To grasp more of the gifts that are about to come. It's just the way that it is. I've noticed that. Guys, thank you very much for jumping on. And again, just wanted to come on here. Thank everybody, first and foremost, with TikTok for helping me almost get to 5,000 followers at this point. You guys are amazing because you're giving me an amazing platform to be able to come on and add 15 to 60 seconds of value each and every day. Add 15 to 60 seconds of positivity, whatever's on my heart that day. And I want to thank you guys for allowing me to do that, because you allowing me to do that also keeps me accountable and working on myself each and every day. So thank you guys. Thank all my Facebook followers, all the YouTube followers, the Instagram followers. All you guys are absolutely amazing out there. But I want you to understand one thing. It's not about the number and how many people we're reaching. It's about the ones that we're reaching. It's about the ones that God put in front of us each and every day. It's about you guys that are on here tonight and getting something that you may have needed. And you might be on here at this exact moment. You're like, man, I'm not picking up what this guy's putting down. I don't know anything that, that he's saying. Nothing's resonating with me. That's okay. Understand this. You're still on here for a reason. That share button is very powerful. You have the power to change others' lives at the click of a button. If you share this out, need paper? If you share this out, you don't know how that may change somebody's minute, their day, their life. You have no idea. You may have just shared something with them that they needed to hear to get past whatever barrier that they're at. Hit that, tap the screen, get it on people's For You page, because I promise you this, somebody needs to hear what we got. And I want you guys to share your story and your journey. If you're going through something, or you got some questions, or you even have a question about me or whatever it is, like, I want you guys to know who I am. I want you to know where I come from, because I leave with my heart. That's it. I'm a big hearted guy. I might look like a crazy, maniac kind of guy, but I'm not. I'm a lover, right? Like, I know that sometimes, people may look at me and think that I'm unapproachable. I'm the most approachable guy you've ever seen. Like, I'll pray with you. I'll give you everything that I have. I give you the shirt off of my back. That's just who I am. And hopefully that resonates with you guys, and you understand that. But I need you to understand, like,
hello to SC Tammy. She's on, and we have a surprise for her.
Oh, SC Tammy, we got a surprise for you. Daniela says. If Daniela says you got a surprise, just understand you got a surprise. Daniela is absolutely amazing. Adrian, what up, brother? Hey, how's everything going? You don't like crazy guy at all. Thank you very much.
Not a crazy guy.
I'm definitely not a crazy. I'm excited. I'm full of energy, because I'm full of God. I'm full of my faith. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I understand that. Like, no matter what happens, like, everything is at His feet. I'm at peace with where I'm at, right? That doesn't mean it's always easy. Let me explain that to you guys. Because I'm at that peace, because I'm at that place that I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, again, that I really, really started to bond back with that relationship close to 3 years ago now. Like, that, now that's happened, that doesn't mean every day is easy. Let me first and foremost, it's not roses and rainbows. Like, things happen. Life gets in the way. It's just part of the nature. It happens. But it's each day. We need to be intentional about the things that we do. Like I just explained a few minutes ago, your scroll. I want you to be intentional tomorrow when you get on TikTok. What is it that you're looking for? If you're just looking for entertainment, that's fine. But I also want you to limit yourself to how much entertainment you give yourself, right? Like, put a time limit on there. 30 minutes of entertainment. Get entertained for 30 minutes. Get a laugh. Get a smile.
Don't leave.
Like, get what you want. Like, and then positivity, right? Like, put some positivity in your life, right? Start to look for those things, and you'll see how the algorithm and the For You page will start to change on what's coming in your life. Same thing with Facebook. Like, start to click on different things. Don't always click on where it looks like, people are fighting on TV, and, they got this video of people fighting, and people, fighting with cops and doing all this stuff, the stuff that comes on that news feed. Stop clicking on that. Click on something positive, and you'll start to see how your algorithm changes and you see different things, right? So program your mind to be different. Be intentional about what you're going to do tomorrow. Be intentional about waking up, and how are you going to wake up tomorrow? Have gratitude. I got a gratitude book. It's not right here, but I got a gratitude book. I don't write in it enough. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I wake up and I go through my gratitude in my mind. That's not good enough. Like, you need to be writing these things down. I need to, and thank you for allowing me to be here tonight, because that just brought to my attention. I need to go get my gratitude book. I need to get it out, and I need to set it next to my bed. And I need to get the phone off of my nightstand. That phone doesn't need to be on your nightstand. How many people, and I want you to be honest right now, 100%. On Facebook, everywhere that I'm going right now, every platform that I'm on, I want you to be honest with yourself. How many of you, the minute your eyes open, the first thing you do is grab your phone? The minute your eyes open, your phone's right next to you. I mean, 99% of us, the phone is right there. There's a few that aren't. And that's what I've been telling myself, that I need to be more intentional on and work on. Like, I need to put it in the closet. I need to get it out of my sight. So when I wake up in the morning, for the first 30 minutes, I don't touch my phone, because the phone doesn't own me. I own the phone, right? But if you wake up each and every morning, the first thing you do is go to your phone owns you. You haven't won the morning. You have lost the morning, because your phone owns you. You guys get that, right? Like, if the first thing you do is grab that phone, now you're a product of that phone. That's it. It's no longer the tool. You're the tool. So be intentional about how you wake up in the morning. Wake up with gratitude. Wake up writing those amazing things down that you're grateful for. And listen, that's not going to be easy when you start out. It sounds easy, and it's like, well, a lot of things sound easy. Like, I can tell you to do a lot of things. I can tell you to, have a vision board. I can tell you to set goals. I can tell you all these things, because I know this, because I've been told those things. And then I'm like, well, how do we do it? Like, what does that mean? Set a goal. I want to be a millionaire. All right, great. Well, what does that mean? It didn't tell me anything. I set a goal, first and foremost, that may be such a huge goal and not being a millionaire, but whatever your goal is, you may have set something so high it's just unattainable. Like, talk to people and figure out how they're setting goals. Talk to people that have been there and done this, right? And figure out, well, how did you set your first goal? Where are you at? Are you doing little goals? Do you have a huge goal that you have out here, but you have small goals set to there, right? Figure it out. But again, I go back to, really just understanding, how to do these things. Again, it's not always easy. You write that gratitude down every morning. You may only be able to write down one thing. Don't be ashamed of that. You may be like, and thinking about that thing, really, what am I grateful for? The best thing you did is you asked yourself that. What are you grateful for? Maybe you're grateful that you have hot water in the morning. Amazing. Write it down. I'm grateful I got hot water. Next day, you might be grateful. Hey, you know what? I forgot. I'm grateful I have underwear and hot water. Amazing. Oh, I'm grateful I have shoes and socks on today. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. And you guys can use these same exact things because honestly, you need to be grateful for those things. Hopefully you are grateful for those things. But the more you do it, the more you build the muscle and the more it becomes easier. Now, the next thing you know, you're writing down 10 things a day and it becomes easy. Like, instead of it taking you 30 to 45 minutes to write down 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for because you had to think about them, now all of a sudden you've wrote down 10 in 5 minutes or 10 in 2 minutes. And you're like, man, that felt good. I am grateful for these things, right? So, definitely get granular and intentional on that. How you wake up in the morning, please. That's one thing I want you guys to realize. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Mel Robbins. She's amazing. She's spoken at some of our events. Mel Robbins is a great woman, great motivational, inspirational speaker. She's been around for a long time. If not, check her out. She's got a book. It's called The 5-Second Rule, right? And for you guys that have not heard of it, if you have heard of it, drop it down in the comments below. I love Mel Robbins, or I've heard of The 5-Second Rule. I've read the book, right? Like, drop that down in the comments down below. But I want to say this, the 5-second rule, what she means by that is the first 5 seconds when you open your eyes, if you wait 5 seconds, if you think, you know what, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get in the shower, but you give yourself more than 5 seconds to really do that, to determine if that's what you're going to do, your mind already goes into telling you why you shouldn't get up to do it. Like, you should bounce out of bed in the morning. The first time the alarm goes off, or if you got an alarm in your mind and it goes off, your feet should hit the ground and you should hit the ground running, right? If you lay there and you're like, oh, I'm tired, I just need 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes turns into 10 minutes. 10 minutes turns into 20 minutes. 20 minutes turns into 12 o'clock, right? Like, how many of us lay in bed on Saturday and go, man, I just been tired. All week's been tough, That's a mindset. Life's tough. So what if last week was tough? Like, that doesn't mean last week was tough, so now I'm going to take a 3-hour break and I'm going to sleep till noontime. It shouldn't mean that. It should mean I'm going to get up and grind harder today than I did yesterday because I'm going to make it easier, right? And another great one, if you haven't heard of this guy, Les Brown. Like, Les Brown's amazing. He's got some great inspiration, motivation. And truthfully, what he says is absolutely 100% true. If you do the easy things in life, life is going to be hard. I want to say that again. If you take the easy road in life and you do the easy things in life, your life will be hard. But if you do the hard things, if you take the hard road, life will get easier. So don't always take the easy way out. Don't always be like, well, you know what? I'm going to scoot to the left over here today because I'm comfortable over here. That's my comfort zone. That's the easy way.
Mark wants to know the recipe for the pepper.
Amazing. I love it, guys. That's it. Ask the questions. Mark, I'm going to show you. I don't have a Topo Chico right here, but a Topo Chico is a mineral water. One of my favorites. I guess you can use any mineral water. We have a black cherry Mio here, guys, and I want you guys to understand this black cherry Mio. If you look at the ingredients in here, everything's going to be in moderation. You're going to see some sucralose in here. There's some research on sucralose where, it might affect certain people in different ways. So if you're doing the ketogenic diet, I would just say sucralose is something that you probably want to stay away from. But it's lower down on the, ingredients here. So there's not as much in it. And there may be something else in there besides just sucralose. So there's a combination of two things. If it's not just sucralose, it may affect, your sugars differently. So, but listen, that's a better choice than a regular Dr. Pepper, right? So if you're making a better choice, you're doing something better than you did yesterday. If you guys are out there drinking Dr. Peppers all the time and you're trying to be better, if you're trying to do better, be better, and feel better every day, and you just want a better choice because you want things, you're missing a little bit of something, that's your go-to right there. I actually found another great one the other night. I was looking at it and I'm like, man, sweet tea. How many of you guys love sweet tea out there? If you guys love sweet tea, drop sweet tea down below. It's okay on keto. Yeah, exactly. So Lola's my girl. Like, if I have questions, I'm going to Lola.
Sucralose,
She's a beast.
But then it has also sucrose.
She's also saying it has sucrose too.
Yeah, give me. Let me double check it.
And Lola is right. And I think, Lola, correct me if I'm wrong. Right. I think it is okay, but I do think it can affect some people differently. Like if we're talking, some type 2 diabetics.
Actually, this is good. It doesn't have sucrose. It only has sucralose.
So, yeah. So Daniela's saying it does only have sucralose. Sucralose is an artificial sweetener. Yeah, absolutely. So it's not the best choice, but it won't kick you out of ketosis. All right. Yeah, perfect. So it's not going to kick you out of ketosis per se, but you may be somebody that is a type 2, type 1 diabetic, and if you have issues with things like that, sucralose may do something there. Listen, find out what works for you. Keep it easy, keep it simple, and then the next thing you know, we're good to go. Like you've made better choices. That's what I can say. But the Mio here also had a sweet tea one, right? And man, when I crushed this, I was like, I didn't expect it really to be the way it is. What's the advice for alcohol and wine? Don't do it. That's the advice. No, just kidding. Truthfully, that's your best choice and not do it. But, wine, unless you go to like a dry farm wine or something like that, which is kind of keto friendly, wine is going to be very high. It's going to kick you out more than one glass. Even when you get to the dry farm wine stuff, you go 2 and 3 glasses, everything in moderation, right? But it doesn't mean you can't do it. If you're using these exogenous ketones and pure therapeutic ketones back here, you're going to stay in ketosis no matter what. But if you're trying to do a ketogenic diet, it's going to be a little bit different. Alcohol-wise, you're going to want to go to more something clear. My go-to before I stopped drinking alcohol over a year and a few months ago was something like Tito's or a Deep Eddies, a clear vodka. It's going to be a better choice. And I would mix mine with the ketones that you see back here. So I would take a shaker cup like this. I would mix ketones up in it. If I was going out or something, I would order, Tito's on the rocks. They would bring it to me in the glass, and I would pour my ketones on top of it, stir it around, mix it up, pour some more ketones on it, and then do it that way, right? That's going to be the best choice anyways when it comes to alcohol and wine. Best choice is going to be try to moderate it very, very small amounts. But again, if you're utilizing the exogenous ketones here, they're going to also help you, in the way of cravings like that. I didn't stop drinking because I was like, you know what, I got a problem with drinking. I need to stop drinking. I've had problems before in the past, but drinking was never really, I guess, it was because when I would go out, I would crush it, don't get me wrong, but I never drank on a daily basis. If you guys see me here, I'm all in kind of guy. So if we started drinking, I'm going to have fun with you, but I don't anymore. And again, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is too, right? Because number one, it's the choice that I made. I don't crave it. Number two, is the people I hang around. The Rock, Daniela Yanez, putting her in my life, right? God putting her and aligning me with a person in my life. Before I was aligned with a different crowd. I was aligned with, hey, let's go out and let's hang out. And like, because everybody was doing the same thing, So the people that you hang around are going to also influence what you do. So it's not that Danielle and I never had a drink together. We did, but we were like, why? We didn't even enjoy it per se. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, yeah, it's fun. And I'm not saying don't ever do it. I'm saying find out what works for you. But those are going to be your better choices when it comes to that. The rep I talked to said I don't even need to change my diet, which I eat healthy. You don't have to change your diet 100%, but I would recommend changing your diet.
If you don't eat healthy, but it depends what healthy means.
Yeah, what's healthy to you? I don't know. I'm not saying you don't eat healthy, but some people are like, I eat healthy. I only go to McDonald's once a day. Like, I don't know what healthy is to you. Healthy is a perspective too. And honestly, you're going to hear that a lot out there, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I love every one of our reps. All our people are absolutely amazing. Our community, our culture is amazing. And you're going to hear that some people, you're going to hear that some people don't change their diet, right? So that may work for some people. But I can tell you this, whether they realize that they changed their diet or not, their diet has shifted. They just don't think they've changed their diet. So they're normally probably not eating as much because their diet is satiated because they're drinking this. And they probably don't go after the carbs like they used to. That doesn't mean they never have cake. That means they have a piece of cake instead of 2 or 3 pieces of cake, right? That means they have a slice of pizza and not 3 or 4 slices of pizza. So a lot of people say, I've never changed my diet, right? Well, the fact is, they may think they didn't change their diet, but they really kind of have, because this right here changes the mindset on what you're doing. So the greatest thing with this is there's no right or wrong way to do it, right? If you tell me your goals are, hey, I just want to get a little more energy and I want to be able to play with my kids in the afternoon and do an extra couple loads of laundry without, sitting on the couch and falling asleep. Or, I want to lift some brain fog because in the mornings, I don't even know which way I'm going, which way is up and which way is down. I'm not worried about fat loss or weight loss. I'm not worried about any of these other things, like drink the drink and it's going to change your life 100%. The way that we do the coaching here is I tell people for the first 30 days, I'm not going to tell you to change your diet either. I'm going to tell you to drink the drink and allow the drink to help you shift your diet because the drink is a tool, right? Like if I wanted to change the tire on the car, I got a couple options. I could lift the car up with my arms and really start to try to change the tire with my right hand and lift the car up with the other hand and do that, right? Or I can use the jack and I can put it underneath there and I can use the jack as the tool that it is. And I can jack the car up and I can pull the tire off, put a new tire back on and then put the jack down, right? It's a tool. This is a tool, right? Use it as that. Now, as your journey goes on, I always tell anybody that starts with us, I say, trust the process. You're going to go through ups and downs. Things are going to happen. That's just life. You're going to hit plateaus. We're going to get over those plateaus together, the community. We're going to come together and we're going to break through all these things. First and foremost, when you book a call with me and you go to the link up top in the bio, and then we have a call like I did with Bob tonight, amazing gentleman that was on the live last night. He went on and he purchased. His journey's getting started. He booked a call with me. We got on a call tonight, and I told him this is going to be simple as long as you allow it to be simple, right? As long as you don't overcomplicate this. And I'm going to ask you point blank right now, are you going to allow me to coach you? I need that from you. I need you to tell me, yes, you can coach me. Because if you don't give me permission to coach you, I might say something to you that is out of good-heartedness because you've told me where you want to go and you've allowed me to coach you. So when you say I don't know why you don't tell me that, I'm gonna say, listen, you accepted my coaching and you said yes to allow me to coach you. So I'm gonna get you to your goals because that's what you told me, right? You told me your goals. You told me where you wanted to be. You told me you were committed, and you told me that I could coach you. So are you leadable, teachable, and coachable or not, right? And then if you're not, that's perfectly fine too. Drink the drink. You're going to feel amazing. We're going to have some fun. We're going to put you into some groups. You're going to find like-minded people. You're going to have an amazing community around you. How much do you want? Where do you want to go?
Do you see a question from Justin?
I didn't. You're going to have to keep.
Okay, so he says, what's the best way to become a rep? I've got 800s to switch to keto, and I love that stuff. So I told him, let's book a call with you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Guys, listen, so the coaching aspect. Okay. Whoever's on here, and thank you for the comments again. The protocol to this is the link in my bio. And if you don't even go to the bio, it's keto-everyday.com. You can put that in Safari. It'll still take you to the link tree on there. There's something on there, and it's Connect with Keto Jesus. It takes you straight to my Facebook, and there's an appointment scheduling on there. Book your appointment, book your call. And we're going to get on a Zoom call because that's the first commitment that I want from you. I want you to get on a Zoom call. I really don't even want to talk to you on the phone. We will, but the Zoom call is you showing me that you want to take the step, right? And I want to be able to see who we're coaching. I want to be able to make sure that we're going to work good together, right? I want to make sure that, that our, it's going to be good. Our energy together is going to be good because listen, some people may not resonate with me. I love our community. We have amazing coaches out there. You may resonate with other people. That's perfectly fine. I'm not here to change anybody's mind on anything that they're doing, but you may be somewhere where you're not resonating with somebody. You may come here, find out you don't resonate with me, and then you move on. You go somewhere else. Like, that's life. People are brought into our life at a specific time in a specific place for a certain reason, right? And sometimes that's short-lived, sometimes it's long-term. We don't know. That's not for us to identify. It's already identified. But if you're here and you're listening, you're getting something, hopefully, right? And to be coached, that's what we do. Not everybody one-on-one coaches you. It's just part of it. Like, the system doesn't work that way where it's just everybody. They'll put you into systems where you're going to get coaching 100%. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put you into some amazing systems that's not only going to have myself as a coach, but you're going to get to hear from a lot of other people. I mean, when I talk about a lot of other people, I'm talking about medical field people. I'm talking about scientists. I'm talking about people that have years of coaching, people that have been doing this like myself for a long time, right? Sometimes I may be able to talk into you so much that you're not even listening to what I'm saying, not even hearing it. You might need to hear it from a different voice. That's what our community is about, right? But sometimes people need the one-on-one connection, right? We're here to give the one-on-one connection. We're here to build relationships. We don't want to sell you a product and say, hey, have a nice day. We want to make sure we optimize your experience to become the best version of who God created you to be. That's truly what this is about. So a lot of you out there that have been watching me for a long time understand and know, like when I'm talking to a lot of my people on Facebook and Instagram and all those other places, they know my heart. They know who I am. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't waver. Like, this is who I am. This is who I've been. This is who I'm always going to be. To me, it's about building relationships. I want to get to know who you are. I want to get to know who your family is. Like, I already know Bob has a wife and 3 kids and they're boys. Like, I know who he is. I'm starting to build a relationship. We're like dating. If you first dated somebody, you didn't just jump in and be like, hey, I'm all in, right? No, like, they took you to dinner. Maybe they did this. They talked back and forth. They found out a little bit about who you are, right? Like, there's a process here. And that's what good coaching does. That's what we do. We build the rapport. Who are you? Vicky, yeah, absolutely. Vicky's amazing. We got her getting started on her journey. She's going to be doing awesome. Spoke to her on a Zoom call while she was at dinner with her amazing husband. That's a veteran, 13 years, 13 deployments. Thank you very much for your service. And thank you for all the veterans out there and the service that you guys provide for us. Listen, you guys are amazing. You guys are the reason that I get up each and every day and do what I do, is to be able to pour life into you, to be able to understand and continue to work on myself. I want you guys to understand that I'm not perfect. My flesh is weak. It's human nature. It's who we are, but we continually have to work on things together. That's what's so beautiful about our community, right? We come together. And I said this last night, and I'll say it again. Anything you see in life that works, what that means is anything that you see in life, you can bet there's some sort of leader there. You can bet there's a community behind it, right? You can bet that, people that own multi-million-dollar businesses, people that are high CEOs of companies, there's a team around them. They didn't do that alone. They knew how to use their resources, right? They knew how to identify good people, bring good people around them. Some came, some went, some left, some stayed, right? But the fact is they built a team, and that's what made it successful, right? That's what we do here. That's why the community is so important. That's why it's not only going to be myself. It's not only going to be Daniela. It's going to be amazing people like Lola that pour into our community at a high level. Lola is absolutely amazing, right? We have Yesenia on here. If she's still on, La Chili, like all these people on here are part of our community, are part of the people that are going to pour their heart and souls into you also, right? So I want you guys to understand that. And if you guys are interested, like I said, in being coached, in a different way, then you just go book that call and we'll talk about how to make that happen. I'm here for each and every one of you guys, no matter where you're at. But, the fact is my oil is expensive. Your oil is expensive. Our time is worth something, right? So, we have to be careful of always giving our time, and if we're giving it in the right direction. That's why the Zoom call is so important, because it helps identify if we're going to connect or not, right? By the way, I have yet to get on a Zoom call and really not connect with somebody. It's never been like, oh my gosh, this is not for me. So take your journey the way that you will. But I want you guys to understand, like, it starts here. Everything you do in life starts between the ears. If you can't shift this, you're not going to shift much. If you can't shift mentally, you're not going to shift physically. You have to change your mindset to change your lifestyle, right? Like, if you continue to have the same mindset, you're going to continue to have the same lifestyle. It's called insanity, right? I mix it with, different things depending on which product you're talking about. The keto nata is mixed with straight water. And if you're catching some of these, are you catching the questions? I may have missed questions. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you.
So the greatest thing is you just mix it with water. So for me, I always use a shaker cup. You don't have to. You can use a bottle of water, 8 to 16 ounces of water. Take one of the packages, open it up, put it in here, drink it down. There's a lot of times in the morning, you guys might see me on here, mixing it up, doing my thing in the morning. I'll put some Mitoplex in there. That's hydration. That's going to help me stay hydrated at the mitochondria level. Like inside, I'm going to be hydrated. Like, the powerhouse of my energy system is going to be at a peak level when it comes to hydration. I'll mix that in there. I'll mix some of this signal defense in here. We have an amazing signal defense right now. This stuff is awesome, right? So right now in the world around us, not because of any certain thing that's going on, but flu season comes up, right? So we get flu season. What do you guys do? It's time to boost your immune system. It's time to give yourself some great vitamins. This signal defense here. I mean, it has vitamin A, C, D, E, B6, B12, zinc, sodium, potassium, right? Like, I'll mix that in there because I feel like I need it at the moment, right? So I feel like mindset talk 100%. Yeah, that's truly what life comes down to, guys. And you'll hear me talk about this time and time and time and time again. Your mindset is everything. And thank you for God sharing this and putting this community in my life, because this community is what helped me change my mindset. The events has helped change my mindset. The people I've been around have helped me change my mindset. My mentors, the people that I look up to now, that 4 years ago, I would have never told you I needed a mentor. 4 years ago, I would have told you I'm strong. I got this. Like, it's me. I'm doing this. Nah, my first mentor is Jesus Christ, right? Like, that's the end all be all, right? That's the Messiah. And the fact is like, I wasn't even aligned with that before I found this, if that makes sense, right? I've always been a believer, but my relationship there wasn't right. Once I got my mind right, once I got my physical body right, I got my spiritual body right. Mind, body, soul. I was able to align everything. And when that happened, doors opened, right? Like, things started coming into my life. Doesn't mean it's always easy, right? Like, things happen. We got to battle this all the time. We got to continue to battle this. This thing right here will hold us back 100%. I talked about it earlier in the program here, like the foundation we're built up on. I'm going places, all of a sudden something from when I was 6 years old is creeping up, pulling me back, right? If you can't identify that, that's the first problem. Then identifying it and coming and getting over it is the next problem. And I talked about it in the very beginning too, is accepting that you're worthy enough for the greatness that's coming your way. You have to be able to accept and identify that I am who I say I am, and I am capable and 100% open to receiving the gifts that God is trying to give me. Getting to a different level in my status, meaning life, like moving up in my business, an entrepreneur, whatever it is you're doing. If you have a passion to do something, chase after that passion. Don't bury that passion, right? I'm not telling you to go quit your job tomorrow, but I'm telling you this. If you're not happy where you're at in life, the one thing that you'll understand, and as you continue to gradually go towards this, happiness is what everybody's looking for. Happiness is what everybody's looking for. If you're buying a car, you're not buying a Mercedes because it's a Mercedes. You're buying that Mercedes because you think that's going to make you happy. Roy Crocker, McDonald's, Happy Meal. Like, one of the biggest selling meals out there. Why? Because it's a happy meal. There's a clown behind it. It makes you smile, right? Everybody wants to be happy. What's going to make you happy? A lot of people right now aren't happy with the world. They're not happy where they're at. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being honest. Your passion is fitness, and I keep making excuses. So was I. I didn't get started back into the gym, and I have to go to the gym for my mind. Like fitness for me isn't necessarily only physical. Physical is a bonus. It's a cherry on top. It's mental. Like if I skip a few days at the gym, you may not see me on these Zooms, right? Because when your body moves, your mind grooves. When I get in the gym, when I come out of the gym, I'm on a different level. I'm like, I'm ready to conquer stuff, right? I made excuses too.
That she's her DNA repair. Is this accurate?
Yeah, that is accurate.
The product. So talk about a little bit about the DNA repair.
Yeah. So 100%. The one thing I would say is there's no medical claims here, right? We're not saying this is going to cure anything, but you guys can do the research on what's called CMed 100, right? CMed 100, what it does. And we do have that in our Keto Nat, but we also have a pill. It's called Signal OS. There's an AM and a PM version of this pill. When you combine that Signal OS with the Keto Nat, which also has the CMed 100 in it, you're getting a pure therapeutic dose of that CMed 100 over time, not overnight. Over time, continue to take these. What happens is we have telomeres inside of our system. The telomeres are the DNA, right? Yes, baby?
Yeah, the telomeres, the DNA.
It's the telomeres, right? So that's when our telomeres start getting beat up, right? When the DNA starts getting beat up, they start getting frayed. That's how aging happens. And that can be environmental. It can be the things that we've ingested. It's life, right? And what happens is over time, this CMed starts to coat those telomeres. So I like to look at it like this. If you guys are pickup truck guys and you guys have a pickup truck out there, you guys know what rhino liner is. You know what the coating that goes in the back of the pickup bed so things don't slide around back there, but also protects the bed, right? There's a coating that goes over those telomeres that actually start to help strengthen those telomeres, right? So that coating goes over there and it slows that aging process down, if you will. That's to drop a little bit of science on you guys, but that's how that works, right? Repairs damage, but not dead ones, right? So what it does is it will also, over time, again, and it will start to lengthen those telomeres, right? So as it starts to cover them up and starts to protect them, I don't want to say Benjamin Button here and anti-aging, but it'll slow the process down. You can look at a lot of people in our community. And this didn't just go for our drink. You can look at a lot of people that do the ketogenic diet. How many of them look younger? How many of them, their skin looks better? Just reducing carbohydrates and sugars and stuff out of your body is going to just do tremendous things for you. And I'm not telling you guys that all carbohydrates are bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not demonizing carbs because, carbs play a role in life. It's just part of the process. Glucose and ketones, they play a role. It's just how you utilize those. Those are all tools. Carbs are a tool, right? Ketones are a tool. How are you utilizing it? So when you say it doesn't, necessarily repair the dead ones, in a sense, yes and no, if that makes sense, right? It helps strengthen the ones that are there, but it will also over time, as long as you continue to take this, you can't take it, not take it, not take it. It's not something like that. But when you consistently take it, it will actually have great effects. I want to boost. Yeah, like, listen, we got it. My one thing is, and I don't want this to be something I have to do. Listen, you don't have to. Like, that's your choice. Again, like, if you stop doing it, you're not going to go through withdrawals. You're not going to have a negative effect, right? Like, in the very beginning of doing this, I had that question, like, what happens when I stop doing it? I said, hey, great question. I've never stopped doing it because I love the way I feel. But because I was getting that question, I stopped doing it for 7 days. When I stopped doing it for 7 days, I didn't go through withdrawals. I wasn't sweating. I wasn't laying in a room, puking, vomiting. No, I just had cravings coming back. Like, now I was getting back up off the couch at 10, 11 o'clock at night and having some cookies. I was like, maybe those cookies would be good. Where before I didn't even think about those cookies, right? So it's all about that control. And I would say, like, my anxiety levels probably came up a little bit. I started to get a little more anxious. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to go back to feeling the way you felt before. So if you love the way you were feeling before, like, then it's okay. But I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I feel absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, I'm not gonna stop. This guy has a quack. I love it, brother. Like bring it. Like DJ, tell me, like elaborate on that a little bit. I love that.
I
This
said,
guy
I
is
don't
a
know
quack.
what that means.
Like I'm a joke, I love it, because listen, I pray for people that have comments like that, because a lot of times they're looking in a mirror. You know what I mean? Like I don't attack anybody that way. Like I would never come on anybody's live or and first and foremost, like hopefully you're educated, and I don't just mean like educated in a sense of like you've been educated 10 years ago on what used to be the protocol and the way things are, because times change, right? Like there's science, there's research behind what I'm saying here. I'm not a doctor in any way, shape, or form, but I've listened to many of them. I go to metabolic health conferences, right? Like I learn from some of the top thought leaders in this realm. So I would love to see exactly where you're coming from with that. And listen, like the fact of the matter is, do what works for you. If this lifestyle doesn't work for you, then do what does work for you. That's what I would say. But I'm not somebody that's going to sit here and block somebody's comments. I'm not going to tell you, get off my live. I'm going to accept everything, because listen, quack or not, whether you believe in Jesus Christ, whether you believe in the Lord and Savior, whether you do, whether you don't, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what works for me and where I've been for the last 4 years. Maybe something different is working for you. Got in a relationship here, and a few years later, and it's a consistent gym. It happens. I call that life getting in the way, right? Like things happen to us, and we get out of our routine, right? We stop being consistent, if you will. Consistency is the key in life, and whatever you do, you have to be consistent at it. Like I have to get up each and every day and work on being the best version of myself. I have to stay consistent at that. If I start waking up and I waver from those things, yeah, things can get in my way because I allow them to get in my way. That's just kind of what happens. But I would say this, like, get back on the horse. Like, it's not over. Like, now, today is your new beginning. Whatever it is you're doing in life, like tomorrow, wash your face today, because today is history. Tomorrow is a new beginning, right? Like, start tomorrow different. But I would say this, like, you have to make that decision. We can always make excuses to continue to not do things. I can wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, you know what? I got a flat tire. I'm not going to go to the gym. My mentality is I'm going to get on my bike. I'm going to ride to the gym, and I'll worry about the flat tire when I get home, right? That's where my mentality is now. That doesn't mean my mentality is always there, right? That's not what I'm saying by any means. I'm saying there's a lot of times I might let that flat tire stop me. However, my mindset where I'm at today is moving forward on becoming the best version of myself, continuing to do better, be better, and feel better every day, and inspiring others to do the same. So hopefully, I've inspired somebody here to make a change in their life, whatever it is you're doing. And it's not motivation, because motivation is temporary. And please, guys, any more questions, drop it down below. Yeah, it's true. And sometimes, those hard things, some of the things we need to hear are the hard things that we don't want to hear, but we need to hear them because we even understand and realize that it's there and that it's going on. But until we can be told or seen in a different angle or a view, then it's definitely something that needs to be switched up. Kind of regard do you recommend for someone who has back problems and chronic pain? I would tell you this, work with somebody that has dealt with people with, issues, right? Because you want to be very careful when it comes to, I've had a microdiscectomy myself. I've had back problems. I feel great today. And you're going to know your body best. I have an amazing trainer that does online training and things like that. He's a MAT specialist, muscle activation therapist. His name is Fernando. He's absolutely an amazing guy. He's a trainer that I met at Lifetime Athletics down here in Boca, where I live. And I tell you what, this guy, he works with, people with disabilities. And like, if something's holding you back, he will help you in that manner. He will help push you forward. Right. So that's what I say is so great about our community. We have the resources for that. You can search anybody out and kind of go and like say, hey, what is best for this? But when you can get connected with somebody through maybe something that you resonate with, right? Like, there's a connection phase and game to all of this, right? I want to tell you that right now. Like, there's a reason that you guys are on here. There's a reason that you guys came here tonight. There's a reason that you guys are still on here, because you found some sort of connection, whatever that may be. And I can point you in certain directions. I'm not the end all be all, right? Like, there is other things that I can point you in different directions. That's why our community is great. So when you say workouts, I don't know exactly what.
Like exercise.
Yeah, I know.
Like a specific movement, like to strengthen your lower back.
I would say this: set a call up. Go to the link up in the bio, and it's Connect with Keto Jesus. And I would love whatever the other guy's name is too. I would also love for the other gentleman to book a call too. I'm not sure what his name is. Yeah. What was his name?
His name is DJ Vision.
DJ Vision?
Yeah.
All right, DJ Vision. If you would go to my link in the bio up top and click Ryan, click Connect with Keto Jesus. I'd love to have a conversation and banter back and forth a little bit. Because that's really what this is about, right? It's not really about blowing people out or talking negatively about anybody. It's really about like setting up a conversation, and let's see where we can learn from each other. That's truly how this is, right? Like, I love to learn from you. I don't know if you're open to learning. I don't know if you're open to being leadable, teachable, and coachable or not. That's something on that conversation that we can figure out. But go into the link in the bio up top for the one that was asking about the workouts. Click Connect with Keto Jesus. It's gonna take you to a scheduling. Go in there, pick your time and date, and let's talk for 15, 20 minutes, and let's see what direction we can get you in. There's no cost for that, guys. It's absolutely free. So please, definitely book those calls. Those calls are super important. That call is actually probably one of the most important things you can do. Because honestly,
now, because right now we still have 30 minutes left, but for the next following weeks, we're going to have to reduce it to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we're getting very booked.
What Daniela is saying, we have 30-minute slots open. And I love the 30 minutes because we get to know a little bit more about each other. But next week and the week following, you're going to see where they start to kind of condense down to 15 minutes just because, things are booking up that way. But that booking, what I was saying, is the most important thing you can do, because that's your first commitment. Just making the booking is committing to making a change, right? That doesn't mean you got to pay anything to do it. Now, if you guys want to jump right on board, you want to get involved into the community, you want to get involved into the coaching, you want some meal ideas, you want some meal guides, you want some brain hack guides, you want things of that nature, then I would say go to option 1 or 2 in the link tree, get started, get in where you fit in, and then let's get your journey moving. And then still, those calls can be booked once a week, 15-minute calls once a week, personalized, one-on-one, finding out where you're at, journaling your journey, you telling me how you're doing that week. Baby, can you plug a phone in? I got a charger right there. And, that's one of the most important things you can do for your journey and for yourself. It's really to book that call. She's feeling okay, right? She's feeling better than she was 3 or 4 days ago. I can tell you that, right? And the one thing that I keep telling her each and every day, a lot of it, she is sick, but it comes down to the mindset that you put yourself in. She's got a great mindset. She understands that, hey, she's moving forward. Things are getting better. We went and did the COVID-19 test today. If you guys have had that done before, drop it down in the comments below. We went because her work is really, requiring it, because she's a dental hygienist. She works very close with people. She's in people's mouths. So obviously we want to be safe and we want to do the right thing. So we went and got that today. Unfortunately, the rapid test wasn't available. What can I do as a trucker? Man, I just talked to a trucker the other night. We have many truckers in our community. Keto, looking to get in there and lost 22 pounds in 3 weeks. Book that call, please. Go on the link up above, book the call, because we have many, many, many truckers that are having amazing experiences in our community. I know it's tough for you guys because you're always on the go, and everywhere you stop, there's not great choices, but listen, you can make better choices. We got great choices for on the road too. Like if fast food places, like, it's not going to be your best choice, right? But we can make better choices if that's the only choice we have. So definitely book the call. Those calls are super important, guys. That's your commitment level. If you're really willing to make a change and want to make a change, then I would say book that call.
And the ketones are a great tool.
The ketones are the tool. The great thing about the ketones on the road is they're going to satiate you. So when you're making those truck stops and you're getting gas and you're filling up and you're going in those gas stations, a lot of that is psychological, the way they program when you walk in there, right? When you go check out what's there, candy bars, Reese's, Tic Tacs, gum, all that stuff, right? Like the sugar is right there. It's like a crack addict walking into a crack house. What's there, right? It's like an alcoholic walking into a bar. Like the cravings are there. These will start to cut down those cravings. So it's going to help you make better decisions, is what I'm saying with the ketones. It's also going to give you great energy and mental focus on the road. A lot of that times, I know if you're an over-the-road trucker, I got a CDL license myself. Mine was more localized when I did it about 15 years ago. But, a lot of times just being in that truck, just the hum of the engine and things like that can really be monotonous and kind of like make you tired at certain times. This is kind of going to pick you up a little bit.
No more energy drinks.
That's amazing.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, no more energy drinks for sure. Like if you can cut out the energy drinks and utilize this tool, which that's what most people do. A lot of those energy drinks are actually getting better with what they're putting in them, but a lot of them, you're going to have crashes with them. You're not going to feel so great in a little bit. Yeah, man, I'm a trucker. I've done it. I still got my CDL license, still go get my medical test. Didn't realize how bad my eyes started getting until I went and got my last medical test. And I was like, whoa, I need to get my eyes checked. But I know what you're going through, and we have a lot of people in our community that are truckers, so we can definitely help you out and put you in the right direction. And like I said, what we do here, the tool that we utilize and who we are, we're not the end-all be-all. We're not saying this tool is the magic thing, but this is the closest to the magic thing that you can get, meaning it's the tool that's going to help you start to make shifts in your lifestyle. And that's the key here. It's making a shift in your lifestyle is really what it is. The eyes go with the age. What that means, but that's amazing. Guys, any more comments, questions? I think we've been on for about an hour and a half now. Guys, please share this out because, again, I'll go back to the positivity and things in life. Really, everything comes down to the mindset and what you believe. I tell people this a lot of times with this journey too. Like, they're like, will it work? And I say, well, first of all, that's the wrong question. You should be saying it will work, right? Like, don't question whether it'll work or not. The biggest thing you have to do is believe that it's going to work. Nothing is going to work if you don't believe it's going to work. I can promise you that, because your mind is the most powerful tool you have. But if you accept this journey and you believe that it's going to work, it's going to work, because these ketones are working inside of your body 100% of the time. I can prove that with a blood test. I have many times where I have it on Facebook. I have it on different platforms. It's all over the place, where I go in and I take my blood meter after drinking one of these and not even doing the ketogenic diet. My ketone levels will go up, from just say a 0.2, 0.3 up to a 1.2, 1.5. 2.0, like depending on if I'm using Unleashed or what I'm utilizing. So these are working inside of your system, whether you actually can identify it on the outside or not. Eventually you will be able to identify it on the outside. The thing about it is it's giving your body what your body needs at the time that it is. Being older you get, the eyes get worse. Yeah, absolutely. And it is like, just, and I was told that from my aunt many times, right? She's like, oh, wait till you hit 40. Wait till you hit 40. You think your vision's good and it's going to go. I'm 44. And I still think I'm pretty good. But when they go do an eye test and you go like this, one eye is like, whoa, I'm like, what's going on with that eye? I wasn't saying you're old. No, listen, no problems. I know I'm young. You know why? Because age is a number. I feel like I'm in my 20s. Take for your body to go into ketosis, and how can you tell? So a couple of different things. If you're talking about natural ketogenesis, it's going to be different for everybody. And you may be having great weight loss success, but your body may not actually be getting into ketosis. And what that means is your body may not be burning the ketones, the molecules that it's actually creating, because it doesn't understand yet what fat for fuel is. For myself, for 40 years, I was a sugar burner, right? And then all of a sudden, I trained my body how to burn fat. So because I've done that, and I've done it several different ways with the exogenous ketones and the diet, now my body is kind of like a light switch. I can turn it on or off easier. But in the very beginning, it's very tough because your body doesn't understand that. So it can take a long time naturally. And to be honest with you, some people may never be able to reach ketogenesis, which is natural endogenous making of the ketones, because they're just metabolically not sufficient enough, right? Like there's so many times that we beat our bodies up so bad that it's either going to take a long time to become a fat burner, or you may never make that switch. Now, if we're talking with the drink and the ketones, the minute I drank this full sachet, within 60 minutes of that, I'm going to be in a state of ketosis. Mental clarity, mental focus, sustained energy, better mood, better sleep, better digestion. Those are the benefits you'll start to feel the more consistent you stay with drinking the drink. That doesn't mean you're going to start burning your own body fat for fuel. I hope you guys understand that, and I want you guys to understand that. That doesn't mean you drink this and all of a sudden you're burning your own body fat for fuel. That means you drink this, you're craving less carbs and sugars, you're satiating your diet, you're eating when you're hungry, you're stopping when you're full because you can identify those things now. You're switching your mindset, which is switching your lifestyle, right? That's how all this comes full circle. So hopefully you guys can grasp that a little bit and understand exactly what we're saying. And guys, you know, if you're wondering how to get started on that lifestyle, if you're wondering, you know, which way to go, again, go and book the call inside there with Keto Jesus. Option 1 and 2 is going to get you right into the platform. It's going to get you the coaching. It's going to get you everything. When I mean coaching, I mean set into some different Facebook groups. With Coffee over here. Coffee is going to be one of your coaches, Miss Cough. So, but the fact is, like, many coaches are going to be in that platform. There's going to be meal guides. There's going to be brain hacks. There's going to be workouts, right? Simple things you can do at home. That doesn't mean there's going to be workouts where you go to the gym and figure out if you're benching correctly or not, right? It's just going to be at-home workouts. It's going to be getting that heart rate up. It's going to be doing things. The more you move, the better the ketone production is going to be. So, you know, the workouts and things like that help increase ketone production, help increase getting it around your system better. And that's why there's caffeine in some of these things, guys. Don't think that if you have an uncaffeinated version of this, and it's only 50 milligrams, that you're not going to feel better energy, because you will, because the energy is coming from the actual ketones, the BHB, the beta-hydroxybutyrate. It's not coming from the caffeine. The caffeine is the driver for the system, right? So it kind of is helping it get around inside your system, if you will. Please drop comments down below, guys, if you have anything. I think I'm going to sign off of TikTok. I mean, not TikTok. I'm going to sign off of Facebook over here. I don't see any viewers on there. If you guys are still on, please let me know you're on. Please let me know you're getting value. I'm on 5 different platforms when it comes to Facebook. I'm on YouTube. If any of you guys are still on any of those platforms, drop some comments down below if you want me to stay on. If not, I'll sign off of those platforms there, but I'll keep speaking into the TikTok platform over there. If you guys on Facebook and on YouTube and places in that nature in those groups want to continue watching this, go to TikTok, find Keto Jesus. You'll see that I'm live right now. I just don't want to keep you guys, you know, I don't want to run this live so long on here when it comes to Facebook and stuff. You guys over here on TikTok, we'll just keep ripping and keep answering questions for sure. So I don't see any comments on the live down here on the computer, so I'm going to let you guys go down below. TikTok, we're going to keep ripping. So if you guys want to share this out, TikTok, if you guys want to continue to share it, continue to tap the screen, share the live, tap the screen. You know, let's help get this to people that may need to hear exactly, you know, what we're saying right now. And it doesn't matter where it goes to, right? Like, it doesn't matter the people that jump on. The right people that jump on will be on. They'll stay on. The ones that jump off, we're good with that too. But Facebook,
tell them how to find you on TikTok.
YouTube, I did. Find me on TikTok, Keto Jesus. And you guys up there in TikTok, you can always find us on the other different platforms just by going to the link tree in the comments in the bio up top. keto-everyday.com will take you there, and we got all of our social medias there. But we're not signing off on TikTok, just signing off on Facebook, YouTube. Thank you guys. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Find me on TikTok if you want to listen some more. We're going to keep ripping if you guys just jumped on. So thank you guys over here on Facebook, YouTube. You guys are amazing.
We have Jen.